Welcome to this lecture series on operations management. Today in this lecture series, we are covering a new topic, layout planning. In the last lecture series, we had covered the topic of location planning. So in location planning, we studied, what are the various mathematical measures, what are the various subjective measures to select a suitable location for your business. Today, once you have selected the right location, you have to plan the layout. For this, I will draw an analogy with a house. For example, you want to purchase a new house. So first of all, you choose the suitable location, a suitable locality in a particular town. And once you have selected a suitable, let's say you have selected a suitable site, you want to get your house constructed over there. So you will plan where should be your drawing room, where should be your bedrooms, where should be your kitchen, where should be the balconies, storeroom, the washrooms, etc. So layout planning is also like this. For any business, it is necessary to have proper planning. For example, if somebody is setting up a factory, so one has to plan that where will be the machinery, how the machineries will be arranged, where will be the warehouse, where will be the warehouse for the incoming materials, where will be the warehouse for the outgoing materials, where will be the generator systems kept, where will be the boilers kept. So a proper layout is necessary. Similarly, even if you are planning to set up a showroom, let's say a departmental store, there also you have to plan the layout. Where will be the front cash counter, how the items will be displayed, various items, where will be the grocery items, where will be the clothing items, so on and so forth. So therefore, layout is a very important part. It increases the efficiency of your business, and it also means effective utilization of your space. So let us see what is the formal definition of layout planning. So in the slide you will observe it's written that facility or plant layout is the plan of an optimum arrangement of facilities including personnel, equipment, storage space, material handling equipment, and all other supporting services, along with the design of best structure to contain these facilities. So in this definition itself, we are saying that you have to have the optimum arrangement of facilities, including your personnel. Where will your people sit? You have to design the cabins also, the sitting place of your people. Where will they work? Their working space. Where will all the equipment will be there? The machinery, computers, servers, storage space. You should have proper warehousing facilities. So where it should be located. Then there are material handling equipments. Material handling equipments like there are cranes, there are gantry cranes, there are vehicles which move inside a factory to transport material from one place to another place. So where you will house them. So all other supporting services. So you have to design the best structure so that you can use optimum space. So facility or plant layout refers to the specific arrangement of physical facilities, and facility layout studies are necessary whenever, number one, a new facility is constructed, or number two, there is a significant change in demand or throughput volume, or number three, a new good or service is introduced to the customer benefit package, or number four, different processes, equipment or technology are installed. So whenever you want to set up a new business, or you have got certain new orders, so suddenly the demand has surged, so therefore you have to expand your plant. So again, when you are expanding your plant, you need to rework your layout, or you have introduced any new product, any new package, any new service. So in all these conditions, new equipments have come, so you need proper layout redesigning where you will put those equipment. So in your homes also, whenever you buy a new furniture, you have to find space for that. Sometimes either you have to sell the old furniture and then find space, or otherwise you have to redesign. You have to sometimes construct a new room also for that. So similarly in businesses also, a lot of permutations and combinations are required. for a proper layout design. So what are the objectives of plant layout? So as we can see from this slide, objectives are high equipment utilization, minimization of delay, reduced operations time, minimum material handling cost, effective space utilization, reduced in-process inventory, better supervision and control, worker convenience and safety. So here in this slide we have seen, yes, we want to have the maximum utilization of our equipment. That is what operations management is. If we are not able to utilize our equipment effectively, we will be failure in our equipment management. So therefore, for that, if you have kept equipment in a proper layout, if you have to travel from one machine to the other machine, so a lot of time will be wasted, and sometimes there will be unused capacity of your machine. So it is necessary that all the machines should be close together if you have to work in sequence. So you are minimizing the delays, you are minimizing the operations time, then you are minimizing the material handling also. If suppose, for example, in your homes, usually you want your dining room to be near to the kitchen. If the kitchen is very far, somebody will have to take the materials often again, time and offer again. Even if you want a small spoon, you will have to travel a long distance to the kitchen and take it from there. So similarly in organizations also, if there is a regular use of an item, so it should be near that particular place, near that machine, so that you don't have to use a lot of material handling. And in big organizations there are heavy materials, and heavy materials you can't just carry with your hand. You have to employ suitable cranes, suitable conveyor belts, etc. So and then, as we are saying, you have to effectively utilize the space also, and you should also ensure that work in process inventory should be minimum, and you should be able to better supervise. For example, in some factories you have seen that the supervisors will be sitting at such a place where they can have a panoramic view of the whole factory, and so that it is easy supervision. Otherwise you won't come to know what is happening in the plant. Then the layout should also ensure that people who are working over there, they should find it convenient. There should be less travel, it should be ergonomically also, it should be comfortable to them. And of course, the layout should also ensure that people are safe. The equipment should not be so close to each other also that people have a probability of falling down. Then there are other objectives also which we can see from the other slide. Utilize labor efficiently, eliminate bottlenecks, facilitate communication and interaction between workers and their supervisors, or between workers and customers. Then reduce manufacturing cycle time or customer service time, and then eliminate waste or redundant movement. So here we have seen that definitely we want to utilize our labor also efficiently. Otherwise, if you are involving your people to travel from one room to other room, from one workshop to other workshop, then they won't be very efficient. The half of the time will be wasted in just traveling from one part of the plant to the other part of the plant. Eliminates bottlenecks. So bottlenecks means, for example, some materials are lying in between, so it is creating hindrance. So it's not creating smooth movement of the people or of the machines or of the material handling equipments. Then you have to communication so that people can communicate with each other properly. So ultimately you have to reduce the manufacturing cycle time, because if layout is not proper, you will take a lot of time to manufacture. So manufacturing cycle will be more, so as a result your cost will be more, and as a result you will not be competitive in the market. And yes, you have to eliminate waste also and redundant movement. So unnecessary movements from one machine to the other machine should not be there. Other objectives, in another slide you will see this objectives of facility layout. We are saying to incorporate safety and security measures, promote product and service quality, encourage proper maintenance activities. So to ensure good product service and service quality, its layout also plays an important role. And you need maintenance activities. There is a proper maintenance department in large factories, in large manufacturing units, and otherwise in service industries also. You need regular maintenance staff. There is a maintenance department. So if the layout is proper, maintenance activities also become easier, become smooth and steady. Then further objectives are, as you can see from the slide, to provide a visual control of operations or activities, provide flexibility to adapt to changing conditions, facilitate the entry, exit and placement of material, products or people. So therefore, flexibility is also very necessary. So as I gave the analogy of your homes, many times you need new furniture. So your house layout or design should have flexibility to accommodate something new also. So similarly in businesses also, you should have flexibility to adapt to changing conditions. For example, some product is changed, some other variety is required. So you should be able to manage it in the existing layout with small changes. And of course, the entry of the material, raw materials come, then exit of the finished goods. So all that should be smooth. And there should be proper place to keep the materials, the other raw materials, the semi-finished goods and the finished goods, and proper place for seating of people. So what are the factors affecting plant layout? Number one, material. So in material, design of the material, what kind of design, variety, quantity, employees, the way you are supervising them, supervision with respect to supervision and safety, machine with respect to equipment and processes, and movement with respect to interdepartmental transport and handling. So your layout depends on what kind of material you are using, what kind of design, what kind of variety. Suppose a factory is making huge variety of goods, so their layout will be different in comparison to a factory which is manufacturing just one product. So the variety of the products, the quantity, the volume of the products also determine the plant layout. Then how much of supervision you require for the employees. So your layout will depend on that. What kind of, suppose your industry is using very heavy materials or some intoxicating, some toxic materials, some chemicals. So safety measures are also required. So accordingly you will make the layout so that the safety of the personnel of your employees is not compromised. So what kind of equipments are there, heavy duty machines are there, light machines are there. So depending on that, your layout will depend on that also. How much of material movement should be there within the premises. So your layout depends on that also. Then further, as we can see in the slide, there are other factors also. Waiting period, for example, what is storage, delay, location of delay. Service, with respect to service, what kind of parking is required, what kind of waiting rooms are required. With respect to building, that is features of building. With respect to change, that is flexibility and expansion. So therefore, suppose waiting period is required. Suppose you are having a workshop where you are servicing of vehicles, where you are doing servicing of vehicles. So definitely you should have a place where people come with their vehicles and they will wait till their vehicles are serviced or repaired. So similarly, if it is a bank, people come, they have to wait, so you should have layout accordingly. You can't say that there is no sitting place for your people. So then type of building, type of change, like flexibility is required. If you are contemplating there will be further expansion of your business, so you should have provision for that. So accordingly your layout should incorporate all those things. So therefore Finally, we will say that what are the purposes of layout studies. So they are to, number one, as we can see in the slide, minimize delays in materials handling and customer movement. Number two, to maintain flexibility. Number three, to use labor and space effectively. And number fourth, to promote high employee morale and customer satisfaction. Now this is the new point which has come, the last point. If there is a good proper layout, and today the factories, we are talking about building green factories. Even if it is a manufacturing unit, it should not have pollution inside the factory. Of course, there should not be pollution outside also, but inside the factory also. There should not be greasy floors. The floors, everything should be properly managed, so that even if a frontline worker who is working on a machine does not inhale any toxic materials, toxic gases inside. So it ultimately it enhances the employee morale. And today modern factories also have a lot of greenery inside the factories, so that people feel elated, people feel comfortable, people feel joyous in working over there. And ultimately, when your employee is also satisfied, the customer, the external customer will also be satisfied. So there is a concept of internal customer and external customers. So today the modern management theory says that your employees are like your internal customers. So first of all, satisfy them. If they are satisfied, then they will satisfy the external customers also. So then there are other purposes of layout studies: provide for good housekeeping, maintenance, enhance sales, as appropriate layout leads to more production in manufacturing and service facilities. So normally, in any kind of a setup, a good housekeeping is required, a good maintenance is required. So that is possible if good layout is also there. So let us now talk about basic types of layouts. So as we can see on the slide, number one is product layout, number two, process layout, cellular layout, fixed position layout. We'll be talking about them one by one. So they are going to be very interesting. What is a product layout? First of all, product layout, it's a one type of product in one area, work centers in sequence of operations, high production volume, standardization, stable product demand. So as the name indicates, product layout, these layouts are designed to customize for a particular product. For example, if you go to a sugar industry, a sugar mill, where a sugar is made, it's a huge manufacturing facility. So there will be machines which will be arranged in sequence to one another. So once the sugar cane comes from the agriculture, they are crushed, and then the juices are taken, and then they are processed, and there are series of sequences, there are series of operations, and finally it is converted into sugar form. So the whole manufacturing factory is designed for one product, so one type of product in one area. So work centers are in sequence of operations, and normally, like sugar industry, there is a chemical industry, there is a paper industry, so it is characterized by high production volume, and there is a standard products which are made. There may be a variety of different sugars, but standardization is maintained. And usually such products are having a stable product demand. So so these are product layout. So we will be talking more about that. So till then, thank you very much.